It's not a bird, it's not a plane, it's Super Tuesday. I'm John Phillips, and this is Pole Position. Yes, it's hard to believe, but Super Tuesday is coming fast, and by next Wednesday, we could very well know who our presidential candidates are. Let's go ahead and get right to the numbers, starting with the Republican race. Up north in Alaska, the latest poll is from the Alaska Dispatch. It finds Donald Trump in the lead with 28%. Ted Cruz is close behind with 24%. Ben Carson a distant third with 9%. Marco Rubio way back in fourth place with 7%. John Kasich brings up the rear with 2%. In Arkansas, the latest poll is from Hendrix College and finds that Cruz is on top with 27%. Trump and Rubio are tied for second with 23% each. Carson gets 11% and Kasich gets 4%. In the Peach State of Georgia, there have been several recent polls, and in states where that's the case, we'll use the Real Clear Politics average of those surveys. The average in Georgia shows Trump well ahead with 33%. Cruz at 23.3%, Rubio at 13%, that's a very lucky number. Carson at 7%, that's more unlucky. And Kasich is at 3.3%. The Real Clear Politics average of polls also finds Cruz doing well in his home state of Texas with 34%. But Trump is running a strong second with 27.3%. Rubio's trailing with 9.7%. Carson gets 7.7%, and Kasich is at 1.7%. Moving back to the Northeast, where Trump won decisively in New Hampshire, Massachusetts is also loving the Donald. He gets 41% in the Bay State. Rubio gets second with 17%. Cruz gets 10%, Kasich 7.5%, and Carson 3.5%. In Minnesota, Trump is on top, but by a much narrower margin, with 20.7% to Rubio's 14.7%. Carson's at 13.7%, Cruz is at 10.7%, and Kasich is at 2.5%. Oklahoma is going strong for Trump. He gets 32.5% there. Cruz is at 25%, Rubio at 15.5%, Carson 7%, Kasich is at 1.5%. Trump is also in the lead according to the latest poll of Virginia, conducted by Christopher Newport University. There he gets 28%, Rubio's at 22%, Cruz is at 19%, Kasich at 7%, Carson also at 7%. In Vermont, a just-released poll from Castleton University shows Trump with 32%, Rubio with 17%, Cruz at 11%, Kasich at 10%, and Carson at 3%. Alabama, Colorado, Tennessee, and Wyoming are also voting on Super Tuesday, but there are no recent credible polls in those states. Turning to the Democrats, in Arkansas, Hillary Clinton's ahead with 57% to Bernie Sanders' 28.5%. In Georgia, Clinton has an even larger lead, 61.5% to Sanders' 24%. In Texas, Hillary is again ahead with 53.5% to Sanders' 25%. Bernie does much better in Massachusetts, which is next to his home state of Vermont. He's ahead there, 47.5% to Hillary's 44%. In Minnesota, Clinton has a strong lead with 54.5% to Sanders' 28.5%. Oklahoma, Clinton's beating him 43.7% to 29.3%. Virginia, Clinton at 54, Sanders at 37. Alabama, Clinton's at 59, Sanders is at 31, according to the latest poll there, which was conducted by PPP. In Tennessee, Hillary again has the edge, 53% to Sanders' 30%. In Bernie's home state of Vermont, however, he's blowing Hillary out of the water. He's at 86% to Clinton's 10%. Also, according to PPP. Now, here's what's interesting. It looks like outside of the Northeast, Hillary Clinton is going to have a very good day. There are a lot of southern states voting, a lot of black voters, and black voters have historically been right behind Hillary Clinton. That could prove to be very fruitful for her on Super Tuesday. On the Republican side, Donald Trump is again in the driver's seat. It looks like Ted Cruz has a good chance in his home state of Texas and in the state of Arkansas, but everywhere else, Donald Trump is doing okay. And in the states that he's losing, or the states where he's losing, Donald Trump is still in second place and very close to the front runner. So it could be a very good night for Donald Trump. Time will, of course, tell the tale. That's the position of the polls, but now it's time to make your opinion known. Will Trump and Hillary be the nominees on Super Tuesday? Tell us what you think in the comments section below. I'm John Phillips for Pole Position. Thanks so much for watching.